it's time for a change. One of the things that I haven't really adjusted a lot of, like I've done little adjustments here and there, has been my writing space. And I think it's time for a refresh, especially because I got the new wooden drawers from my parents. Hi, my name is Dawn Dalton. I am a freelance writer and an author, and today I am going to completely clear off my desk and the bookcase next to my desk and start over. And part of this is because I'm coming out of a bit of a writing slump and I want to just breathe a breath of fresh air into this area. Another part of that being the fact that I got new drawers from my parents that will actually hold the notebooks that I have set up for future books, but that I'm not actively writing in. And for the longest time, they've been sitting on my desk, but it makes my desk look very cluttered, and when it starts to look cluttered, I don't clean it back up properly, and it just becomes an unholy mess. Another thing that I really want to do is, and this hurts, I am going to take my Absolute Sandmans off my desk and put them into storage. Now, those of you who know me know that Sandman is my absolute favorite comic book by the person who has been my favorite author for most of my adult life. But with all of the allegations being levied against the author, the books just feel heavy. So I am going to put them in storage. I still have 2 other versions sitting on my bookcase. But I think the Absolutes need to go in storage, and it's time to put something else up there. And because I primarily write romance, I think I'm gonna put up one of the first romance series that I read, which is Outlander. And I do have mostly like an entire run of it mostly in hardcover. There are a few oversized paperbacks that my mom gave me, so it is the copy of Outlander that I originally read as a teenager. So I'm going to put those up instead of Sandman. I do actually have paperback copies, but those are what I loan out to people. Yeah, I just kind of want to redo a lot of this. I've already started playing with some of it, figuring out where the shelves are going, because where I was gonna put them, they don't fit. They're a little bit too deep and they stick out of the bookcase just a little bit too much. They look much better sitting on top of the bookcase, which was not where I originally planned on them to go, but maybe I should actually measure things before putting them on my wish list. But yeah, my desk is an absolute mess, and the floor around me is actually fairly clean right now. So I think I'm going to just empty off my desk, kind of go through everything, put away what doesn't feel like it serves a purpose anymore. I know that there are a couple of books on my bookcase that I do want to take in the next time I go to a used bookstore, just to make a little bit of space over there as well. So let's redo my writing space. It's been quite a while since I have done a full "does this still suit?" I know I did a cleanup at the beginning of the year, which ended in a shattered statue, but I feel like it's time for definitely an entire series to come down, but maybe a few of the other writing books that I have sitting on my desk that don't really resonate right now while we're talking. So let's get started. it feels so much better, and actually took less time than I thought it would to kind of go through everything, take down a bunch of books that really don't speak to me anymore as a writer. The top of the desk is a little bit more cluttered than I would like, even though the Outlander books take up less space than the Sandmans and the Bookends did. I did add a book that my mom made me for my birthday last year, that I've been using to kind of put a few things in here and there, kind of showing my writer journey. I think that is what I'm going to be using it for. So I think I may take down the Lord John books just to give myself a little bit more visual space up top, but otherwise it feels a lot cleaner. I did take a bunch of books off the desk that were writing books that there was no reason to have them up there. I never use them. In fact, most of the writing books I do use are the thesauri, and even at that, most of the time it is just when I'm in the idea iteration stage, getting ready to start plotting a book, that I really dig into those. So yeah, I got everything cleaned up. It feels at least a little bit more visually clean and organized. The only books that I have like sitting on the desktop are the martial arts books that I'm working my way through, my writer binder, the binder of characters for the books that I'm working on, and the list of books that I am in the middle of working on. I do have a book that I need to read through and write an article about sitting on my desk yet, as well as my calendar to write down when I wrote stuff and how much I wrote, just to kind of keep track of that. Yeah, other than that, it feels better. I feel like I'm starting to really come out of the slump, which is good. I've been having a lot more story ideas than I have in a very long time, and I feel like I'm coming out of burnout. The drawers that my parents got me, the bottom two have notebooks in them, and then one of the top drawers just has my travel pencil case that's empty currently. The other one is still empty. I'm not 100% certain what I'm going to put in it. I do still need to go through the drawer that's underneath my monitor and my sticker drawers just to see if there's stuff that I can put back into my paper crafting storage. But yeah, if you've been enjoying watching me overcome some of my writer burnout and continue to push forward in my author career, be sure to feed that algorithm, boop that like button, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye.